I would say I'm gonna just go ahead and call one racks expand from both of them. So we'll see if that comes true. Of course, if they both think that as well, the best thing you can do is just skip the racks and expand straight away, and then get your own racks. Get one up on your opponent already.
That is true. So sporting up here in the top right side of GSL Daybreak, he played a very, very nice game last game to level the series at 1-1. From Team Knight, it is Faith Hunter. And down here in the bottom left side of the map, it's our red Terran player, is Eagle from Team Fusion Slugs.
Faith Hunter saying that even if he falls, a Zerg will rise in his place to take on Eagle. And we do see a depot. Eagle is opting not to wall, which usually when you wall, you go for a one racks expand. When you don't wall, you go for a gas build. But there's no real law that says you have to do that, so we'll see what happens.
Indeed we will. Bit of love from both players, nice to see.
Yep. And he's going for a barracks, so it's just a 1 depot barracks for both of them so far. I'm looking for a gas from Eagle.
Haven't seen one yet.
No, I know. Looks like I'm going to be wrong because he started another SCV. Generally, delaying your gas is something you can do if you're doing like a 2 racks with gas against Protoss, but delaying it in TVT is pretty rare, so it looks like it will be 1 racks expand for both of them.
Did you see scouting SCV in the base for Eagle? And the scouting SCV for Faith Hunter is on its way across the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, Eagle sent that scout really early. He is choosing to leave, which is a little bit odd. I guess he wants to save it because he's concluded already it's a 1 racks expand. Because there's a, you know, he might not be able to get back in if Faith Hunter walls, but I think Eagle knows everything he needs to know.
Yeah, he might try and make another pass at it, but there is going to be a Marine out. And it looks like Eagle is about to throw down that command center, but Faith Hunter is going to try and block it. Oh, sorry, Eagle is going to try and... No, Faith Hunter is trying to block it, but the Marine is going to come down and clear that SCV up.
I think the same thing happened with Faith Hunter on the other side.
Well, that would make sense.
Because we do see that Faith Hunter had 2 SCVs down there as well. He really wanted to kill Eagle's SCV. So they are both going for identical builds, both going on the low ground. It looks like their command centers are basically identical. I think it might be a little bit ahead for Eagle, and they're on identical supply. The only thing is Eagle is going for a quick 2 racks, whereas Faith Hunter is going for quick double gas.
Yeah, so we are going to see our first variation in build here, although Eagle is now throwing down 2 gases as well.
Okay, so perhaps Eagle wants to put on a little bit of Marine pressure. If you'll find sometimes that, like, if you get 5 Marines, you can push up and just kill 3 Marines because one of the Terrans is teching too much. But that's very meta and very unlikely to work. So typically, I like the double gas burst better, or straight to 3 racks rather than 2 racks.
And we are seeing 3 racks now for Faith Hunter. He's getting that tech lab on the first one. For Eagle, those gas guys are finished and mining, and he's... No, yes, he is throwing down another axe. I thought he was.
Okay, so they basically have identical builds at this point. It looks like they're both going to be going Marine tank, just based on the build, which is, you know, fairly standard in TVT.
Yep, does look that way.
They're very greedy as well, because neither of them are taking a bunker, but of course they do know the other one racks expanded, so there's not a huge threat of early pressure.
Slight differentiation here. We do see Eagle's tech lab is a little bit behind Faith Hunter, so Faith Hunter has already started that combat shield upgrade, and Eagle is going to have to wait a few more seconds before he can start his nice scan going down from Faith Hunter, so he's going to see exactly what's going on, and a factory on the way as well for Eagle.
And Eagle got a scan down as well, which saw everything of Faith Hunters. So they both know exactly what the other one's doing. There is Eagle is up, been up one supply, is now up one supply this entire time, but his tech is slightly delayed. So I think I favour the Faith Hunters position slightly, but it's so minuscule because they're both going almost identical builds.
It really is almost identical. They've just done it in slightly different orders.
Yeah, and we do see double reactor going down for both, and a single tech lab, and both are researching. No, one is researching combat shield, the other one going. No, they're both going combat shield.
Both combat shield.
Yeah.
And that scouting SCV from Eagle didn't quite make it up into the main. We do see.
So if we look, go ahead.
We do see both players getting a little bit tight on supply there. I did notice that Faith Hunter had to drop down a supply drop. And Eagle did get a little bit stuck as well, so he's had to pull some extra SCVs to get depots going. But he's all good now. We do see Starport on the way for Eagle, and that NG Bay is about to finish.
And we do see that Eagle has gained a little bit of a supply lead. I think that's because his reactors came down a bit early. And he's also started his upgrade. Oh no, he started a little bit behind Faith Hunter. This is weird because they've literally got almost identical builds at this point. But Eagle is going to supply lead, I think, because of the early reactors.
Eagle's got a slight lead in SCVs. He's up 4 SCVs at the moment,
Okay.
which may be contributing to it. But
yeah, well, Faith Hunter is missing SCV production every now and again. I just saw him miss it for about 5 seconds there.
SCV production is the bane of the lower level player.
Yeah, it seems like it. Well, he's actually got... Eagle has slight undersaturation in his main. He needs to start rallying his main to the main minerals. In fact, so does Faith Hunter, I think. Although Faith Hunter doesn't have good saturation, it's natural either. So, yeah, they're just missing SCV production every now and again is never a good thing.
No, but looks like we are going to have a good game on our hands here. Going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Both players going almost identical builds. Do see another sensor tower going down for Faith Hunter. So we saw that from him last game. He does tend to favour that.
Yeah, sensor towers, I typically don't get them in my games, but I can see a lot of merit to them. And yeah, I mean, especially he's just going to see every drop that comes at him, which means he doesn't have to invest in missile towers. I'd also like to mention that Faith Hunter, I think he's going to have a slight timing here, where he'll have stim and +1, and Eagle won't, but that timing is literally going to last for about 10 seconds. So I'm not sure if Faith Hunter will be able to hit it.
It does look like he's trying to, though. He's got his Marines and Medivacs moving out across the map, but it's, as you say, it's such a small timing that he's missing the window now.
Yeah, he's going to miss it, which... You know, you can't expect... No, I mean, even a pro isn't going to be able to hit that timing at all definitively, so...
No.
You just can't know how close your opponent's stim is to being completed. But all he knows he's slightly behind, so...
We look at
he is behind in the overall Marine count, though, so...
He does
probably try and get some tanks.
He does have an extra medivac though, but it looks like we might get an engage here. If he can get a nice concave, Faith Hunter might be able to do this. We do see stim from both players, and it looks like Eagle is going to get the better concave and thus get the better of the engage here. That is a lot of Marines.
Yeah, I mean, Eagle just had way too many Marines there, and Faith Hunter didn't fight at the top of the ramp, which he could have done, but even then I think he would have struggled here. His Marine count's just too low.
If we look at the production tab, he does have that siege tech upgrade on the way, but he doesn't have any tank production, which he really needed. If he had tanks out, he'd be able to hold this quite comfortably, but instead it's going to be a struggle.
He is getting 3 bunkers, but I don't think they're going to be up in time. However, in saying that, he doesn't have a huge deficit in Marines now.
We do see an engage here, both players spreading out. I think Eagle has just too many units. He's up in about 30 supply now. He's going to be able to push in and just decide to either kill off SCVs or kill the orbital, depending on what he chooses to do.
Yeah, I think we're going to see another just heavy bio play take another game here. I think we've seen 3 bio plays in a row just run into the natural and win.
We do see siege tanks on the way for our blue Terran player Faith Hunter, but I don't think they're going to be out in time. Bit of a premature stim there from Faith Hunter. But Eagle has reinforcing units all the way over across the map in a conga line, so they're going to be there shortly.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like... Eagle has... Oh, I was just about to say I'd like to see him start his expansion, which he has done so. So never assume you've won. You know, he should still be macroing, and I'd like to see him start his own tanks as well. And he has added 2 more barracks, so he's up to 5 barracks now, which is pretty good. He's macroing quite well behind this.
And we do see a siege tank out for Faith Hunter that Eagle probably could have just sniped there, but chose not to. So Faith Hunter looks like he might be able to hold off for a little while, but Eagle is in a very commanding lead.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard road for Faith Hunter. He has taken another command center, he started it, and it looks like he's going to try and land it on the base to the left of his main, but I don't think this is looking very good for him at all.
He is just in a world of trouble at the moment, Faith Hunter. He's down on units, he's down on SCVs, he's down on upgrades, he's down on tech. He's just very far behind at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing he has going for him is his tanks, but Eagle has now, his siege mode's half done, he's got his first tank just completed. And he is even going, he's taking another command center, so he knows how far ahead he is.
We do also see double upgrades on the way for Eagle. That +1 weapons is almost done, and +1 armor is still a fair way off, but it's on its way.
He has also got a Reaper in his composition, which is pretty nifty, so I'm not sure if that was deliberate. I don't think attacking this tank line would be a good idea, but it's hard to say. With that dropship there, he should probably unload, so the attack might just work.
Yeah, he did stim 1 Marine in, so he knows there's a tank line, a scan going down, he's going to see exactly what he's up against. But he has got his men sitting in the tank fire there, taking some unnecessary hits right now.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should. I don't think he needs to attack at this point. Like, he's on 4 command centers, or the 4th one's being completed now. He should perhaps take his 4th gas, however, in saying that he's got 900 gas, so I guess not.
He's just in a very commanding position at the moment, and I don't think he needs to try and make anything happen. I don't think he needs to try and break that siege line. I mean, Faith Hunter's re-established his natural, but there's no mining going on at it at the moment.
I think a nice idea, if he does want to close out this game, would be to hit a 2-2 timing, because he'll have 2-2 against 0-1. Faith Hunter not having started his armor yet. It is a drop, yes, it looks like it was a drop from Faith Hunter at the 3rd base of Eagle, but Eagle's going to clean that up with some Marines.
Yeah, I did see him putting up all those missile towers, and I think he may have overcommitted a little bit to them, but he's going to try and... Because he knows that the only way that Faith Hunter is going to be able to get back into this game is by dropping and putting on pressure. And so he's got plenty of missile towers to protect against that. And he's now...
What you can do is just drop up at the 4th and then run the Marines in, but... Oh well.
Looks like Eagle is landing his 4th in the middle of the map. A little bit of back and forth exchange between Faith Hunter and Eagle. Faith Hunter's managed to push his siege tank line out towards that ramp, so he is going to be able to safely mine at his natural. But the longer this game goes on, the further Eagle gets ahead. We do see +3/+3 on the way, as well as 3 more barracks for Eagle.
Yeah, I'd like to start, see Eagle start transitioning just into massive orbital, pretty much. I think that's his best solution now, and also just to put a Marine at the 3rd of Faith Hunter, just to check and really scout the map for any hidden expos. He's got a Reaper, which would be perfect for that.
We do see Eagle getting a little bit supply blocked here. He's been on 172 supply for a while, so he's going to need to build some depots. We do see it.
Or just drop in one at this point.
We've got 2.
Oh, he's going for it.
He is. He has pushed up and he has managed to break through that tank line. Sorry, I missed that. And now Eagle is just going to be able to push in and win this game. There's the GG.
Yeah, I think he just had so many Marines, the tanks did not matter. And also he had 2-2 upgrades against 0-1.
Oh, well, we knew he was way ahead from that initial engage. And it was only going to be a matter of time until he managed to take the game. So spawning up here in the top left side of Antigua Shipyard, there's a blue Terran player from Team Knight. It is Soul. And down here at the bottom right side of the map, it is our red Terran player from Fusion Slugs. He took the win in the last game. It is Eagle.
So this is GSL, isn't it?
Yep. So I think it's
bigger.
forced cross
So I
spawns.
remember last time our players weren't aware it was forced cross spawns, but it looks like Eagle definitely is. Possibly actually, he has got it queued to scout cross straight away and then to scout another base. And I do remember he did the straight away cross spawn in the last map, so I think he's actually just lucked out. But yeah, we should definitely try and for the next tournament make sure players know that it's forced cross spawn in GSL Antigua.
Yeah. So it's a very he does like that scout straight after the depot. Well, the depot's not actually even done yet. He's just scouted before the depot. That's a really early scout.
Yes, it's not really necessary to scout that early, but again, it might be because he didn't realize it was forced cross spawn. So if the last base he scouted was Souls, then that early scout would get in, whereas it might not if you scout a bit later.
Yeah, that's true.
We do see that Souls Barracks, I think it's slightly ahead, pretty much because of the delayed scouting.
We also see Sol taking that gas, so it is not going to be a gasless expand. Eagle is going to try and put some pressure onto that barracks. I think that's a misclick. I think we're supposed to be on the SCV. But Sol is going to pull off another SCV to make sure that doesn't go down.
And Sol is going for gas, so he's taking my advice. Probably heard me on stream. And doing aggression. It might even be, no, it doesn't look like it will be a recruit stand.
No, he's getting that Marine out. And looks like Sol is just going to let that SCV follow the other SCV all the way across the map.
Yeah, it's a good way to get a scout.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Eagle, he's actually, oh no, he's not going to lose the SCV. I'd like to see him send it somewhere else, because Sol again might not be aware of the cross spawns. And so to try and delay the scouting as long as possible.
Yeah. You just see a
I would like to say Eagle playing very smartly, building that command center in his base. He actually is saying, look, I know I built it on the low ground last game, so this time I'll build it in my base, play more defensive.
Unfortunately for Eagle, he did lose his SCV there and did not manage to kill Sol's SCV, but he did prevent the scout, so Sol has no idea what's going on inside Eagle's main.
We do see that Sol is actually going for a reactor Hellion, which basically will win if Eagle doesn't have a bunker. So this is going to come down to will Eagle have a bunker.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Eagle hasn't seen the factory, didn't see the reactor. He did see the gas. So it's going to be interesting to see if he makes the right read here, or if he tries to get another scout in or a scan.
Oh, he actually, no, he's going for the reactor just to get double marines. Okay, that's fair enough. So this is going to be, I think it's going to be cloakless banshees with marine Hellion, or the other thing, actually, it's probably more likely to be like a drop with Hellions and marines.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I don't think he's got enough gas to go cloak banshees.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, even cloakless banshees, I don't think he's got enough. We see a tech lab going down for Eagle, and he's adding on those 2 extra barracks. So he's playing the same way he did last game. He's getting that expansion down. And if Sol's little push drop thing that he's going for doesn't manage to do damage, he's going to be way behind.
Yeah, and he's got a slightly supply blocked as well, which is delaying his Hellion, which isn't great when you're going for a rush, but at the same time he's only going to have 1 medivac, he can't really fit anymore. So I think what he's going to do is just load up in the smoky part of Eagle's base, and then just lift everything up and then go for it, and I think that'll be very hard for Eagle to stop.
Yeah, he could try, just looking at the number, oh, a nice scan going down from Eagle, so he is going to see it. He could try, I was thinking, with those Hellions, he's got quite a few of them, he could try like dropping the main with Marines and then running Hellions up through the ramp, but there is a bunker there.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come down to will Eagle see it and then pull all the Marines out of the bunker. I mean, that's a good idea. And even if he doesn't, running in, he probably won't even lose 1 Hellion. He might lose 1. So yeah, that could be a good idea as well. Typically what you do is drop the Hellions in the Marine, then drop the Marines, Hellions in the main, I mean, and then you drop the Marines in the main. Which he still, I think would still be a good decision. Like, there's 3 Hellions against 5 spread out Marines. I think dropping the Hellions straight in would be good.
It looks like that is what he's going to... That is what he's going to do by the looks of it. He's loaded them up in the medivac. Eagle has spread out his Marines to try and spot this medivac when it comes in. He still has that bunker at the front as well, and it looks like the Hellions are going to be dropped into the mineral line. There is a bunker there, And let's see how many workers get killed. Eagle hasn't reacted yet. He's now pulling his SCVs away, but hasn't pulled Marines to do with the Hellions. And here they come now. No micro there from Sol, but he is going to pick up quite a few SCVs. At the same time, he's running in up the ramp. No, he's changed his mind and is going to turn around and run back. So if we look at the units killed tab, he managed to snipe 4 workers there. I'm not sure if that was...
he did. Yeah, no, it wasn't really worth it. I think a better strategy would have been to drop the Hellions in at the smoke and then drop the Marines in. I think he actually could have killed Eagle with that possibly, especially, I mean, the Marines are really spread out, which is good for spotting the drop, but it means that the Hellions can just pick them off really easily without taking much damage. Also, he was floating about 800 minerals during that attack, and so he could have started his command center much earlier than he did. So yeah, no, Eagle's definitely come off way ahead in this exchange.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the workers tab, it's 33 SCVs to 26 in favour of Eagle. His expansion's already finished and an orbital. It's been mining for a while. If we look at the income, you can see there's just a significant discrepancy in favour of Eagle. And it looks like as this game goes on, he's going to get further and further ahead.
There is going to be another drop, which might pick up some workers. There's a bunker in position though.
And it does have 4 Marines in it. He may be able to snipe gas, or no, he's going to get shut down by this massive Marine force. Is he going to get the medivac? It's going to be close. He doesn't have stim, so the medivac is going to get away.
I mean, Sol here is nowhere near starting his stim, whereas what have we got for Eagle? Eagle's stim is over half done, so he's going to have a definitive timing here where there might be some tanks, but with stim Marines, he just needs to drop the main of Sol with stim Marines, and I think it'll just be GG.
Yeah, it does look like it could be a very, very dangerous play if he goes for it. The starport is almost done. The reactor going down on the factory, he'll swap that over shortly. For Sol, we do see 2 more racks on the way. And he's also started that +1 weapons upgrade. His expansion has finished and it's started mining a little bit. He's made it an orbital. Scan going down from our red Terran player, so he is going to see everything as well. And he's also going to push out and take that watchtower, which I think is a nice idea.
Yeah, I mean, he should really... He's got combat shield and he has stim, and his opponent has neither, and he probably won't have +1 weapons by the time the attack gets there. And if he hits right now, siege mode, he can just run up the ramp and siege mode won't be done. But I think he will probably wait for medivacs, which would be a good decision, and then he should drop the main.
He is supply blocked, unfortunately. It has finished over now, but he was supply blocked for a little while there. Throwing down some more barracks, and there is a medivac on the way. Sol's siege tech is about to finish, another 10 seconds. So he will have that tank in position, but as you say, if he dropped the main, he could do significant damage.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to drop 16 Marines up there, and, you know, Sol has a lot more, but without stim or combat shield, they're going to be severely disadvantaged. I'd also like to say that Eagle, his main, is very undersaturated again, because he's got both command centers rallied to... Oh no, he has re-rallied to the main. Okay, so that's good, because his saturation is a bit lacking. He's also got a lot of Marines in his base, which I think he should bring with this attack.
Yeah, it does look like he's very concerned about drops still. I mean, he's got like 14 Marines. Okay, they are rallied to his main, that explains it, but he's moving them now. Because he's already got that bunker at the back of his mineral line that's full of Marines. He's building missile towers now. He doesn't need those Marines anymore. I think he should probably... Yes, he has now changed that rally point.
I think he is now adding an armory and an NG bay. I'd like to see him basically attack and expand behind it at this point. I think that would be a good decision. Stim will nearly be complete for Sol, so with Stim he may be able to hold any sort of aggression, especially as he has the siege tank advantage.
Yeah, and we do see Eagle now is pushing out. He's got some more medivacs out on the field. We look at Sol's base, he's got 1 siege tank in position. Second one's just popped out.
And he's going to drop the main, so I think that's a good decision.
It is a very good decision. Those tanks are going to be out of position, as is Sol's entire army, so he is going to have to reposition himself. Those medivacs are on a bad rally point, and Eagle is going to be able to snipe them all. That's so painful for Sol.
I think Eagle should just engage here. I think he will win, but he hasn't got plus... Oh, he has got +1 yet, so he will just win with stim and no stim for Soul.
That was very unlucky for Soul with those medivacs. Just had them all on that... Had them all on that same hotkey. Yeah.